Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. As you can clearly see, we're looking at the sun through the SOHO LASCO C2 and C3 instruments. And here, just within the last hour, at least I saw it, there was a massive, I'm talking a colossal CME that just jumped off the northwestern limb of the sun. It's too early to tell if there was an Earth-directed component. Check this out. And notice something that entered the field of view right here, right before the massive CME. I mean, this is unbelievable. What's up, Liquid Skybot? How's everybody doing tonight? You guys on the East Coast, step outside and take a look to the West Coast. You might see Comet Lemmon tonight. Check this out. This is weird. A weird sequence of events right there. Look at that. Okay, I don't know what's up. It may be nothing except a coincidence. Check. Watch. Here we go. Okay, this just happened on the SOHO LASCO C3. It was probably detected on the C2, but just didn't show up. And it was just outside the C2. The C2 is inside the blue ring. Look at the big streak that went through the solar system between the Earth and the sun. And then this happens. Coincidence? I don't think so. We've got Comet Lemmon in the neighborhood. We've got Comet Atlas right over here where the CME is at. Then we have this big streak of debris right before the massive CME. Look at that thing. And we got all these comets in the neighborhood. What? Oh, you can't make this stuff up. This is getting interesting, guys, to say the least. Again, this was just off the northwestern limb of the sun. It's way too early to tell if there's an Earth-directed component. Right now, I'm assuming that this is a large CME, but did it come from I don't think it was an X flare. Was it a Hyder flare? Was it look at that. My gosh, that was not quite a full halo, but a partial halo. A full halo is when the plasma goes in all directions. I mean, that's pretty close. And it's not done yet. This thing is still updating. Unbelievable. Let's go over to the SOHO and see if it's updated. Not yet. There's something else back there. A lot going on. I have it on over here on another monitor, and I just happened to see it, and I'm like, whoa, I knew the sun was pretty quiet. There haven't been any, magnetically juiced sunspots or really any big coronal holes, and this wouldn't come from a coronal hole. This would be a filament eruption, a Hyder flare, some sort of a giant CME, and they're not always propelled by a solar flare. Looking at the GOES X-ray flux, you can see they're not reporting any solar flares in the last 20 minutes, and usually they're in sync. If there's a large scale event over here, like we're seeing right now, it's going to show up over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. I mean, they're almost in stride. Like I said, that was a massive event. Too early to tell if it's Earth directed. We can check the ionosphere D region. Check it out right here. Here we go. This is where the shock wave, the initial shock wave, will be detected right here. And it's not showing anything. So eerily quiet for considering everything that's going on. You guys on the East Coast, I wanted to share with you guys the sky map. I know sunset was an hour and a half ago. I got you, but you still might be able to see a glimpse of Comet Lemmon. It's over in the northwestern sky in the constellation near Boots, Corona Borealis, just under Hercules. So step outside if you have clear skies. I'm going to be out there in about an hour. If it's good, I'm going to get a couple of videos and I'll share them with you guys tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But so far out here, we haven't had any luck because of light pollution. So it's kind of a bummer. I was hoping to get a good view of it. I might get the telescope out tonight. We'll see. I've got a 5-inch over there that would definitely get the job done. You can see this thing. If conditions are right, you can see this thing with the naked eye. At the very least, you can use binoculars and have a really awesome view. What's going on, guys? Good to see everybody. Make sure you hit that like button for me, please, because that pushes the video out there farther, and it makes our time, more useful. That would be a tremendous help. So anyway, moving on, I want to stay on task here. That big giant eruption kind of threw me off there for a second. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, here we go. Remember yesterday's live stream, we talked about this mysterious video that Gordon took from right out here in Arizona, the object that appeared to go behind the sun. I know that's impossible. I get it. I mean, based off of everything we know about the moon, it's 250,000 miles away from the surface of the Earth. So how did something like that happen? I get it, man. I'm on board. I'm just analyzing the video. The video footage shows us something bizarre here, okay? And Gordon in fact, he sent me, I've got it over here, I just got to get it. He sent me the 4K, his 4K format. I'm going to increase that to 8K. I'm going to work on that tonight. And we're going to get an even better look at this unusual event that Gordon happened to catch on video. Talk about being at the right place at the right time. But I want to show you another video that I mentioned yesterday, okay? This video was taken by Scott Ledbetter, also from right out here in Arizona, Spring Valley, Arizona. I showed you guys a still image of the video that Scott shared with me. I've analyzed it. Here we go. Another weird sequence of events involving the moon. This occurred, 2 nights ago? I think it was on the 19th. Scott was filming the moon and Venus. That's what I showed on the sky map right there, the moon and Venus. That was on the 19th. This is what Scott saw when he was filming the somewhat of a conjunction. I mean, they're not real close, but they were close enough to where they could both fit in a field of view.
Is that light moving by the moon?
Okay.
You see that? You see it's leaving from the moon?
Well, I'm recording it.
Okay. Let me pause it right there. Scott was with another person, okay, and he's talking to the other person right now, and he said, "What the heck was that by the moon?" And his friend, another guy, was standing there. He says, "You mean that thing that just jumped off the surface of the moon?" So from their perspective, it looked like this thing left the surface of the moon. What is going on with the moon here recently? So I don't know. I mean, it's got kind of a upward angle.
You didn't say anything about that. You're just saying, look at the moon.
And his friend was telling him to look at the moon as he was seeing this thing appear to launch off of the moon. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I'm not. People in Arizona are seeing it. Okay, so here we go. The video's kind of, he was doing this on the fly. Look, we're not standing outside having a conversation with our friends and expecting to see something appear to launch off the moon and carrying a tripod and all kinds of high definition recording equipment in our back pocket. Where most of us are carrying at best a smartphone, which are good, they get the job done. But when you're trying to record something up in the sky, it can be a little challenging and it may get, a little unsteady at times. All in all, he did a pretty good job. Here's a close-up view. We're going to go in a little bit closer, but this one here, I couldn't get any higher than 1080p. So we're working with 1080p, long range. It's a little bit pixelated, but according to eyewitness testimony, it looked like whatever's going on here departed, you can't make this stuff up, departed from the north pole of the moon, the northern edge of the moon. Okay, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Okay. All right, let me restart this baby. For some reason, we are stuck. It's probably because I've got like 95 windows open right now. Actually, not that many, but I bet I've got 25. Okay, here we go. So there it was. I had to start it over, guys. I'm sorry. So we're going back to the Zoom. Here we go. I'm just going to let it play because what I do, I adjust the format, the lighting. Obviously, there's no color to work with. But there you go. What's going on here? The object itself was very bright. Look at it. Look at that. That doesn't look like an airplane, right? It's very, very bright, whatever it was. It almost, to me, if I had to give this thing a name, I would say it looks like a rocket, okay? But where did it come from? From behind the moon again? It's leaving a trail similar to a rocket, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like a typical airplane. And this blinking, it's very, very active. The light around, it almost looks like a comet, right? I mean, we've got all these comets all over the solar system. Inside the orbit of Mars. Let's go back to this thing one more time. This one here turned out pretty good, but you can see it's very heavily pixelated. That's the best I could do with this, guys. This was long range. I don't know what's going on there. That's probably a bird, but right in here, right there, you can see the long tail, and right there, the head of this thing gets very, very bright. Right there. Gets super bright. But again, I couldn't get any closer. That's all I can do, and super pixelated. But again, more strange activity in the vicinity of the moon. What's going on? So super bright object, not quite sure what's going on. Their exact words were, what just jumped off the moon? Again, you can't make this stuff up. Here's a still image from yesterday's video that I wanted to share with you guys from Waddell, Arizona. Another object that appeared to reveal itself from behind the moon. Again, what I tried to do here was just remove some of the darkness. I was removing layers is what I was doing here. And I was trying to show the depth perception here. And it does indeed look like that this thing, whatever it was, came from behind the moon. Guys, I'm totally on board. This is impossible, right? This stuff doesn't happen. But it looks like it did on video. That's all we're saying. That's all. So 2 videos from Arizona showing something mysterious going on with the moon. What the heck's going on, guys? It's a mystery. I don't know. I want to take you guys over to the skies of Ireland last night where they had some activity. Those of you in north central Ireland probably saw this in the nighttime sky last night. Yes, 10/20 of 2025. This was posted on X by Sean's Aviation. What this ended up being, I'll make a long story short. Pilots saw this. People on the ground saw this. They didn't know what it was when they first saw it because it just kind of caught them by surprise. This ended up being, and I was able to recognize it right as it had that round discharge. It was a fuel dump, a SpaceX right there through the big ring out in the sky. And that's a classic signature of a SpaceX fuel dump. So the excitement last night above Northern Ireland, Central Ireland did have an explanation. In fact, there was an article going around. People baffled at bright objects spotted moving around the Irish skies. Pilot describes explosion site as he was obviously in an airplane. Well, that's what it was, guys. There's what they saw. And that was another SpaceX re-entry, some sort of a rocket dumping fuel. That's happening now. Something similar to that now, it seems like on a weekly basis. SpaceX is very, very busy. They got it going on. I've got some more videos to share with you guys coming up that I'm working on. People are seeing things in the skies. Stuff just literally falling from the sky, no joke. But again, speaking of falling through the skies, if you guys are already on the East Coast, I'd say your window of opportunity is probably already passed. It's almost 8 o'clock right now on the East Coast. But if you're in, let's say, Central Illinois, Indiana, hey, what's up, Tim Huntley? Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that, Tim. Thank you. If you guys are in Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, out here in Arizona, obviously on the West Coast, Colorado, you guys still have time to catch Comet Lemmon. Comet Lemmon. We've got Comet Swan. We've got Comet Atlas. We have another Comet Atlas, 2 Atlases. And this is what Comet Lemmon looks like up close here and here. Look at that dramatic tail photo here by Michael Jaeger out of Austria. If you get just a decent pair of binoculars, you'll be able to see something similar to that. This is obviously heavily zoomed in with a 14-inch telescope. Not all of us have 14-inch telescopes. I get it. That would be nice though, right? We'd have some fun with that baby. But that is an absolutely beautiful photo. So is this one here. This is a gorgeous shot by Tim Prenti out of New Hampshire. Comets galore. There is no shortage of comets right now in the solar system. And Comet, if you don't get to see Comet Lemmon tonight, you'll get to see it again. Tonight's just its close approach. This is the best view you're going to have of Comet Lemmon in the nighttime sky if you get to see it. I'm going to go out. In fact, I'm going to go out right after I get through with this live stream and get things dialed in. But again, I've already tried, and I deal with a certain amount of light pollution. But if the comet is on its close approach like it is tonight, we may have some luck. So we'll see. What I'm trying to do is get a recording. I want to share it with you guys. I want to zoom in heavy and give you guys a recording from right out here in Arizona. So I'm going to try. We'll see what happens. Sunset is in about, I don't know, right around an hour. But I want to be ready. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, listen, always good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'll give you guys an update. I'm just trying to stay on task with the live streams because a lot of people watch these live streams, later on, tonight, tomorrow, the next day. So I just try to stay focused, stay on task, and we'll continue on with updates following this massive CME and its origins. Soho's still updating the images. And again, a large object, something went streaking through the solar system right there. Get a load of that. Are you serious? That's how we started the live stream, and that's how we're going to stop the live stream right here. Something's going on in the solar system. This is no coincidence. A huge streaking object went between the Earth and the Sun, then a CME launched off into the cosmos. Who knows? That CME may have been headed towards Comet Atlas. I've seen that happen. In fact, let me see if I can pull one up here real quick. Hold on. I want to show you guys. Yeah, I think it's right here. Okay, watch. The sun almost tells you that it feels the presence of comets. There's one, there's two, and a third one coming up right here, where there's three. It shot 3 CMEs towards this comet right here. It gave, right here it was, the very first one. Watch. Right there, it gave it a welcoming CME. See that? Hey, Christina Bednar, thank you. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Look at that right there. See the CME headed towards the comet? Thank you, Christine. Big like for Christine. Appreciate that. So the sun is known. The sun, I've seen this so many times over the years. The sun is known to hurl big CMEs towards comets. I've seen it many times. Is it doing it again now? It very well could be. Maybe it senses Comet Atlas back there and it sent it a welcoming CME like, hello, I know you're there. And I've seen this happen many, many times before. So again, I'll give you guys updates as the updates come my way. But right now, a colossal CME jumped off the sun. Did it go towards Comet Atlas? Is it coming towards the Earth? It's way too early to tell. But I'll keep you guys updated as soon as details are revealed to me. Right now, I'm still waiting on the details. Well, listen, Tim, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I've got to keep this live stream short because I got to get outside and get my equipment set up and find this comet. I'm determined to see it tonight from Arizona. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to hop off here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day. And as always, be safe out there.